So most SQL interviews have at least one group by question that quietly test if you really understand where versus having. Today, my main agenda is to check if we are clear what needs to be done on this when interview asks you or try to test you. So first, let's focus on this table which I have. So this table is having 4 columns, which is sale ID, region, month, and amount. Right now, if you see, based on this, sale ID is an index key, and regions are the region which any country or continent can have: north, south, east, west. Month is, let us suppose, the month on which this sale has happened, and amount is the amount of sale which has happened on this month on this region. Okay, now I think we have a clear idea on this table. So let us suppose, first try to figure out the question. They can ask a question: show each region's total sale, but only keep the region whose total sales are greater than 10,000. Now to solve this, what actually we need to do is, first we need to create this table. I have actually created this table in our SQL database. I'll share this script if you want. You can add a comment. I'll share this script with you all if you all need this. And okay, so we need to write this query, right? So first of all, to show each region's total sales, I don't need a granularity of any level. I just need a region and total sales. I'll use a group by over here. We will not use window function over here. If you want to understand why we're not using window function here and why we are using group by, there is a separate video which I have created. You can go there and check. I'll add the link over here somewhere in this video. So since I need this region level details, I'll go for region and then I'll add this query 1 minute. Some amount, and then this is from sales, group by region. Yeah. So what I believe that this query should run and give the answer of first part. Show each region's total sale. Let me run this. I have run this. Let's see the output. What is the output? Okay. So now we are getting, okay, we should add a alias over here as total sales. If I run this now, I'll execute this. Okay. Now the second part of this problem states as that only keep the regions whose total sales are greater than 10,000. So since we have done this group by, I have this record. Now I need to apply a filter. And always remember this. I have done this group by, and now I need to apply a filter which will give me a total sales having 10,000 only. I need to filter only those records. So I can see north, south, and west are eligible records over here. East is not an eligible record over here. So it should be removed. Okay, no worries. Now every newbie knows that whenever I need to apply a filter, I'll go with where clause. It's a, how do I say you? Basics like ABC. Filter means where clause when you're first entered in SQL. I have also done this. So first of all, where, and now since we need a total sales over here, I'll add a sum and then I'll add a amount over here. Okay. Now if I'll add an amount which is greater than 10,000 as per the record. Now let's run this. Okay. Now they're saying that there is an error near the keyword where. Now what error is here when you will do some research. I've done a research on this one because everyone is a newbie. I was also a newbie. When I checked this, I figured out that where doesn't understand aggregations. Where will not understand what aggregation is and what aggregate sum amount you are doing or count amount or average of amount. It will not understand. It only understands column level details, column names. If I would have written total sales also, it will not actually understand anything because total sales is actually an aggregated column only. So where will not take aggregated column as a filter. First point. Okay. What I'll do is I'll try to make so you will be stuck over here. So what the interviewer will say, okay, so in this scenario, you are telling that we cannot use group by and where. We can use it. So then they'll say, if you say if we can use it. So they'll say, okay, let me show it. What you can do is you can now add an amount over here. Amount greater than 10,000. If I run this, I'm expecting that, okay, we know that where will not use aggregate, but I've used a simple column, which is amount, which is already present over here. I've added a filter on that. This should run. If I execute this, I'll again get an error. Now what is an error is that I'll say that, okay, where an amount, but there's a problem in the order of execution over here. What actually happens is, first of all, whenever I run this query, what will happen based on the order of execution? It will first go to from, and then it will go to group by, then it will go to where, then it will go to group by, and then it will go to having. If I would have used having, I have not used having over here, but if I would have used having, then it would have gone over there. Then it would have checked the select clause. Okay. Now, if I have ran this group by thing, so you should remember that after this group by, I was not having any sales column, amount column only. I was having a total sales, and it was an aggregate thing. And order of execution says first from, then where. So what will happen? First from, so this will actually run. Okay, 1 minute. We cannot run this. So what will actually happen? Let's group by. Let's remove this group by, and let's add this group by somewhere in below. 1 minute. Group by region. So if I add this, I think I should get the query should run. I'm not sure. Okay, the query is running, but I'm not getting an error. But there are no records in the table. So maybe we are syntactically correct, but we are not logically correct over here. Now, as per the interviewer was claiming on asking that can we not use where and group by together? We can answer yes, we can use where and group by together. And where should always be used before group by because of the order of execution which SQL follows. Now, one thing sorted out. Syntactically, it is correct. Logically, it is not correct because what actually is happening is, first of all, it's taking the sales table and then it is checking that over here, is there any row which is having an amount greater than 10,000? So I cannot see any row which is having an amount greater than 10,000. So I'm getting 0 records. So the row level filter which I've applied over here, row level filter, it is giving me 0 records. Now I have 0 records over here, and when I'm adding a group by on that 0 record, I'll get no records. So that's totally fine. It is working fine, but the logic is not working correctly. Now what I can understand over here is that we need to keep the region as total sales, and total sales is an aggregated column. So I need to apply a filter on an aggregated column. Now to apply filter on aggregate column, where will never work because where doesn't understand aggregate. So what we will actually use is we'll use a group by having clause over here. I've applied a having over here, and what I have done is I have used sum. Let's see. Okay, let's see over here what is actually happening over here. Execute. Now I'm getting the correct records. I think I have solved this question also. And why I have solved this question? Because I was aware of the order of execution of this query. So it will go to from. I was not having anywhere. So what it will do is it will first group by, and it group by and it has added north, south, west, and east. And east was having some records having a total sales of 6,000. What happened after that is it applied a filter on the aggregation. And since the filter was saying that aggregation should be greater than 10,000, that 6,000 was invalid record for east region. So it vanished and I got this. And then select clause was showing only region and some amount. So it only put these two columns as an output. So now I think we are very clear. The one more question which an interviewer can ask. The first question would ask whether what is the difference between group by and having. You'd let them know. You first need to understand mentally that when to use where amount and when to use having. When to use where, when to use having. Where should be used to apply a row level filter. And having should be used to apply a aggregation level filter. Apart from that, based on the order of execution, where will always execute before group by and having will always execute after group by. These 2 points are very, very important in understanding. And the third point, if we want to tell is that where never understand aggregations. Some amount, count amount, where will not understand, and having will understand that aggregation filters. Okay, aggregation filters. So we are good with that, where and having. Now the follow-up question which the interviewer asked was that can we use where and group by together? We answered that yes. Can we use where, group by and having together? We saw that group by and having can be used together. Now if the interviewer asks, can we use where, group by and having together? So yeah, we can use that. If I update this question to something like this, greater than 5,000, the question would have been something like this: at the let me know the region whose total sales are greater than 5,000 on Jan month. This is a valid question, right? That I need to only check those regions whose sales were greater than 5,000 on the month of January. So north will not come, south will also not come, east will not come, west will come because west is having a 6,000. So how to use this? What I'll do is I'll actually add a where sale month. I think the table which I have created now. Let's check that table. What is the name of the month? Sale month is the name. Okay. So what I'll add over here is where sale month in, and then a filter on Jan. Let's check if this is working or not. And I think it will not work because Jan is not in the correct state actually. Jan. Now I think I should work. Let's see. Where sale month in Jan, group by region, sale amount greater than 10,000. And actually we were looking for 5,000. So based on this, we should have one record as an output. Yeah, best. So bingo, we have solved this too. And if let me explain you this query very quickly. So first of all, it went to the sales table. It actually removed all these records by using that where clause only. It was having only this west and Jan and 6,000. So on the first note only, without using having, I was getting that where clause because I was having no other records over here for Jan. So it went away in first where filter only. And then I group by based on region, and then I use this having some amount in 5,000. So we can also give a confirmation that we can use where, group by, and having together. So I hope we are clear with where versus having. And if you like the video, please subscribe to SQL with Asif and share it with someone who's preparing for SQL interviews. Let's meet on some other new topics and new concepts. Thanks. Bye.